Nice to meet you again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, you guys. I'm here with Keegan, and we're going to talk about some Magic today. He's an 18-year player. He knows a lot of information, man. So like y'all say something, tell you guys a lot of stuff. So here we go. Again. So Keegan, man, how did you first start discover Magic, and how long have you been playing?
My dad taught me and my little brother how to play when I was 10 and he was 8. And we just played with all the cards that he had that were just sitting around in like a bin that he pulled out, I guess, from moving from house to house to house. He kept his Magic cards. And we just played with a bunch of stuff from just old sets. Went to Walmart and I picked up a pre-con of 60-card pre-con back in the day.
Standard.
It was like a standard pre-con, but it was Mordant Dragon, and I believe the set was World Link.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, do you prefer Commander, cEDH, Standard, Draft, or Modern?
So, I currently play Commander, and a little bit of Draft, but I think as far as like my favorite format at this point is Commander. Everything I've played Draft, I've played Pauper, I've played Modern, I've played Standard, and Commander, of course. Commander's the one that's stuck it out the longest.
Yeah, I think that's the one that most people play nowadays, like most groups. So what is your favorite deck and why? I know you build a lot of decks, so I've been through a lot. So like, what is your favorite one that you play with and why?
So, that is a hard question.
Yeah, because I know you got a lot, man.
I have made so much.
Well, like, what is your favorite Commander deck since you play
Sure.
with
Well, I was going with Commander deck anyway.
Okay,
but, alright, my favorite Commander deck of all time has got to be Xyrus, the Rising Storm. And he is a 3/5 flying creature for Teamer and 2. So, green, red, blue.
Okay.
And whenever an opponent draws a card, other than the first card they draw, sure, or I think it's the draw stand, actually, you make a 1/1 green snake token. And when he deals combat damage to a player, you and that player draw that many cards. He has 3 power combos. So the deck was I play wheels, I make snakes, and I use my snakes to make mana and do damage.
And so how do you feel about him drawing a card when you draw a card? Is that his deck or does
Well, the hell's mine because I make snakes.
Oh, every time you draw?
Every time anybody draws cards, I make you draw cards and I get snakes.
Oh, wow. So you just build your board up crazy regardless.
And I made my snake tokens. I think you've seen some of my funny tokens. I made my snake tokens. I have 2 snakes at home. And so my snake tokens were actually pictures of my snakes that I had.
Oh, that's dope, man.
It was kind of like a personal thing for me as well.
Well, definitely, man. I love that, man. I love that for sure. So, man, just getting into some gameplays and different strategies. What makes Magic different from any other card game that you might have played?
So I have played Yu-Gi-Oh! Online back in the day. I currently actually play Pokemon as well. I have played Force Magic and I've played several formats of Magic. What makes Magic the game that I always keep coming back to the most is both the mana system, where you get scaling power for mana cost typically. That's how it's at least supposed to go most of the time.
Yeah.
And that kind of gameplay that requires resource management. I love resource management just in general as a game mechanic.
Yeah.
And also instant speed interaction. The way that the stack works, the way that the rules are very rigid and everything kind of, for the most part, like intuitively makes sense and everything has like a hard and fast rule by which things you have to play by.
Yeah. And that we speak on stat because that's something that when I started that I had difficulty understanding how to play with stack and things like that with the instant speed and terms like that. So like, how is that mechanic a little different from any other game?
So like, Yu-Gi-Oh does actually have like a stack equivalent, right? But they don't have like the same kind of resource management and mana system that we do in Magic.
Definitely.
But so that's the component that kind of I feel like differentiates from Yu-Gi-Oh. But for Pokemon specifically, Pokemon you don't do anything unless it's your turn.
Oh.
And so for a a lot of other games too, like everything happens at what we call sorcery speed, right? And same thing for a lot of tabletop games. Just if you go back here and pick up any of these board games, a lot of stuff is going to happen. Not like you have to do your turn, and you can't do anything on anyone else's turn. Like people just take their turns and they mess with your stuff. When you get back to your turn, you can build your army up and mess with theirs. But in Magic, you kind of choose when you want to be doing things with that instant speed.
And it adds to the strategy of what you have to kind of worry about the opponent or have to take care of the opponent or when to take care of it.
And that's what I personally love that aspect of the game.
I agree about that. I agree. So when it comes to deck building, what is your approach? Like how do you like build your deck? Do you like fast ramp? Do you like aggression? Do you like the counter spells? What do you like as your strategy when you build a deck?
So it ends up that a lot of my decks have a lot of evil in them.
Spoke about this earlier.
We did spoke about this earlier. You've experienced it a few times.
Definitely have. He's really good at this, dog. He's really good at that.
But in all reality, I like to come up with either a theme or an end goal and kind of build my deck around like, how can I make this happen? And a lot of the time it's something like a little bit goofy, right? And so like if I can get some kind of enjoyment out of like the deck building process, or like get something a little different. I really enjoy calling Goblin Charbelcher, which in order to work requires that your deck has no lands in it.
Okay.
So the MDFCs or the lands on the back and the cards on the front. If you just run those, there's no lands in your deck. So like I've really enjoyed building around that. I've really enjoyed building around like the common uncommon figures. I have a goblins deck, but it's Jund goblins, and it's not like Krenko goblins that just make a bunch of goblin tokens and attack with them. I'm like playing like a mid-range removal heavy goblins list with persist combos. And then I've got my pestilence deck in black that I love. I like to build engines and disrupt people's boards, and that's kind of like my main strategy that I like to do.
And that's a great strategy. I've played him a couple times, and he's probably the master at that from what I've seen.
I'm on it.
I like that. So let's see. What is the biggest mistake for a new Magic player that you think they make?
So, I think the biggest mistake that most new Magic players make is getting into Commander before playing it in a format.
Oh, okay.
Genuinely.
Okay.
I don't think that Singleton Vintage playing with 4 total players, 3 opponents, and access to the entire card library of Magic is a great way for people to try to learn how to play the game. There's too much information, there's too much coming at you, it's overcomplicated, and it wasn't built, the format wasn't designed for new players. Okay. It kind of turned into the new player format because it doesn't require anything like
popular.
It became extremely popular.
Yeah.
So let's say that my answer is not really that applicable to a lot of people because, like, okay, you already did it.
Yeah.
Like, you're watching this channel.
You're
into Magic already. You're into Commander enough, probably, that you are looking for content on YouTube, right?
Definitely.
All right. You already made a mistake, but that's okay. You can fix it. The biggest mistake that a lot of new players make is they listen to the wider Commander community of people who've only been playing the game for like 1 or 2 years, maybe, whine and complain about things that they heard other players whine and complain about, and then they internalize it, and now they're whining and complaining.
Yeah, they think that's the problem.
You need to make your own opinion and like accept that you are playing with a large card.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Like anything can happen.
Exactly. You decided to play with every card in the whole game, and 3 opponents that have 3 opponents. You're gonna have to expect different weird stuff to come around and have to play with it.
Definitely understand that. So, let's see. What would your all-time favorite card be and why?
Zahi Jim Land.
Okay, is that the deck that you said earlier?
No.
Okay.
No, this is a different sentimental card that I have. So like that deck was my favorite for sure, but Zahid was a different commander for a different deck. No.
You said no, not worth it.
No. So it is a 6 mana, 5/6 flying creature for like I think it's like 4 and 2 blue.
Okay.
And it has flying. It's 5/6. You may pay 4 mana, 3 blue, and tap an untapped artifact you control rather than pay this card to cast it. That's it.
That's different.
It is a 4 mana, 5/6 with flying.
Okay.
That's all it does.
That's it?
That's it.
No special ability?
Nope.
Okay.
I built a commander deck around this that was Voltron, so it just made like equipment and everything.
Yeah.
And I just saw that playing a turn 2 ramp artifact into turn 3 playing a 4 mana 5/6 meant that all of the swords of X and Y, you know what I'm talking about? There's equipment.
Yeah.
They give +2/+2.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's 7. That's the magic Voltron number. 3 hits.
And
Your
you're done.
opponent's dead.
Because all you need is 21 in magic.
Exactly.
21 commander damage in magic.
So, turn 2, mana rock. Turn 3, Zahid. Turn 4, I have 5 mana. That's 3 for the casting the sword, and 2 to equip it.
Genius move, man. Genius move.
And then I'm backing all this up with tons of ramp, tons of blue card draw, drawing cards, and things like Cyclonic Rift, Aetherize, just all the stuff that's like sending my opponent's stuff back to their hand, and counter spells. Well, actually, no, the first iteration of that deck that I played for like 3 years didn't run any counter spells. It just ran bounce spells, ramp, and equipment. It was a mono blue deck with no counter spells.
Mono blue, no counter. Damn,
Mono
that's different.
blue,
Yeah,
no
that's
counters. And I mean, there was a lot of people who just had no idea what to do with this.
At all.
I mean, like different
You're expecting
cards.
a counter with blue deck, like you're expecting a counter.
They just didn't know how to deal with the way that I curved the deck out, like the plan, the game plan of starting to deal 7 damage every turn by turn like 4, right? Nobody could like get ahead of this. I would just play tempo cards and stop other people from doing stuff while just beating you with this 7-pound flyer. And there's like nothing
All
you
you
can
need
do.
is 3 hits and you're done.
And that was like the first weird kind of janky commander deck that really, really worked that I ever made. And I was back like when the first Dominaria set released.
Okay. So, what are some of the most expensive cards you own, and how much have you spent on your collection?
Okay.
Well, definitely, I know we talked about your commander decks now are actually very inexpensive, but very effective.
Yes.
So, do you have like some really expensive cards in your collection, or?
I did. So I had. It ended up being about 10 grand worth of cards in total. I probably did spend that over the time of the 18 years I've been playing, more than likely, maybe more, maybe less. I feel like it's been 18 years.
Yeah. Just buying and grabbing.
So when I was a kid, lawn mowing money. When I became an adult, my adult money. Like, and I guess the most expensive at the time was my Mana Crypt. I had a few copies of Mana Crypt. So when Mana Crypt, Jewel Lotus, and Dockside Extortionist, and I guess Nadu, but I didn't really care about Nadu. When those 3 cards got banned, I sold everything.
Yeah.
I was like,
Can't play them.
I do not approve of and was frankly disgusted by the reactions that people had with death threats and everything towards the Commander committee at that time. I did not agree with that, did not like that. But I will say, I was upset still. I was upset that I could get my favorite cEDH deck, Corvold Baker's King, got like all of its main components got it from it. And I was upset. So I sold everything, but I actually did sell it so that I could go on my honeymoon with my wife because we were getting married probably 7 or 8 months later.
That's great, yeah.
But so I owned a lot of expensive cards.
Yeah.
Mana Crypt was probably the most expensive one. Now I'm down to like I kept some commons and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and you build great decks with the common, so you don't need to spend a lot of money to be very good at Magic. Hit decks through that, definitely.
Thanks.
No problem, man, no problem. So, if you could recommend a commander deck for a beginner, what kind of commander deck would you
So I really think that for a good new player experience, you want something straightforward and resilient. So I personally like red-green landfall decks. So Phylath, Omnath, Glimpse of Rage, there's a new Kavu pilot, what the heck is his name, but when on your second land drop, you can draw a card. But like, they tend to have lots of card draw, they tend to have, of course, lots of ramp, and they play lots of big, stupid stuff, and you just attack with it, and it's really just like
You play your cards, have fun.
exactly, and the strategy marches itself forward, and you get so much board presence, and so much card draw, and so much ramp, that you can just keep, if you get interacted with it, you just keep coming back. I built a Phylath deck for one of my friends to start playing with, and he would, as soon as he learned the rules of the game, there was no stopping this deck.
Yeah.
You could not kill his commander enough times for him to, like, he could always pay for it because he just had so much land.
Yeah.
So that's what I think new players should probably start with, is something like a red deck that just play stuff, turn it sideways.
I agree, because if you don't have enough mana, it's hard to kind of strategize how you're going to play your hand. So I definitely agree with that. So, what do you think keeps the Magic community engaged for so many years? Because it's been a long Magic been out for, what, 10, 20, 30, 40 years?
30.
30
About
years?
30.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So what do you think keeps it so engaged?
Probably the double-edged sword that is the release schedule.
Yeah.
So just new stuff coming out. I don't think that stuff needs to come out this frequently.
Yeah.
It's like it's
every
too
month.
much. And that was another reason I was done with the game anyway, which is just like, okay, I can't keep up with this.
Yeah.
I was buying like 3-4 boxes of a set, and now I'm just like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
I just can't play with that. Anyway, I actually answered your question. The creators of the game just continue to print new and interesting stuff into the game, and that I think is what holds engagement, because it doesn't become stale.
Yeah.
It's always changing stuff. It's always coming in, and especially for Commander, in brackets like 2 and 3, you can do whatever you want, right? Like, it's really not that competitive at all. So you can find new strategies or pull new strategies out of like the existing card pool and the new stuff together all the time, and just make new stuff over and over and over again. Man, there's people that I come in here and I've never seen them play the same deck twice.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true, yeah.
I mean, it's just so much
like
to do.
5, 6, 7, 8 decks, man. So
I mean, more than that. I mean, the guy we just played against had a whole like crate full of like 20 decks in that thing.
Yeah.
Like,
He probably built all them scratch. You never know. Okay, word. So, how do you feel about the new crossovers? So we kind of just got into that, how they just keep coming out like Marvel, the Dr. Who.
I'm gonna say something a little silly.
Yeah.
This is a little silly. I don't like that the frames and the colors on the side of the borders and everything are like slightly different than the actual Magic cards.
Oh,
It makes me not want to play them, because this green is a different weird green than all the other green cards in my deck.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's like,
Tell you're a rookie player. Yeah.
ew, this is a different color and I don't like it. And it's like,
Yeah.
why is this white weirdly creamy? That's like for some reason, like I can't get over that. Might be my autism. I don't know. But
It's like that.
I think I'm a little annoyed.
Magic Drafters, that is time in the round. Active player, turn 0. Proceed 5 turns to the conclusion of your game, or a draw. Everyone here, it is now 10:50 p.m. and we'll be closing up here in the next 10 minutes, the time of 11 p.m. To give you enough time to finish up your games and trades, clean up the spaces around you, and get home safely so we can see you next time.
Where was I? Thank you. No, where was I?
What was that?
New Universe Beyond stuff.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
thing that actually really, like, I'm not really loving, like, other than the weird colors, is they keep printing the same, like, guy on a bunch of different cards. So, like, for, like, the spy, like, there was too many people named Spider-Man.
Oh
There
yeah.
was too many Aangs. There were too many like Sakas, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm
too
just
many, Dark Lord, Sauron.
right.
Like
Too many
that.
Momos.
Yeah.
Like do one, please. That is like I don't mind this. I understand where Wizards is coming from and that they feel like this is their best way to make money or whatever.
Yeah, get IP.
I like the IP of Magic more than I do like the ones that come in typically.
Yeah.
Maybe if they did a Warframe Universes Beyond, I'd probably be like super into it, but nothing that they've done has really like spoken to me in that way. But and yeah, that's just a me problem, right? Like I don't follow Universes Beyond, right? Of course, it's personal choice. But it's just like the 15 cards for one character. It's like okay, no, which Spider-Man?
Yeah, which one do you want?
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember what they all do at this point. Like I have an encyclopedic memory for cards, except for what the 15 Spider-Man. Anyway, next.
Alright, cool. Yeah, next. So how? Well, we kind of just got in this. How do you think Magic could improve the game in the future?
Huh. Well, I think that there needs to be better prize support for Wizards generally into their other formats.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, like I don't know where to play Pauper around here. I'd love to play Pauper. But there's no Wizards doesn't want to put money into Pauper because it's literally like really cheap decks made of commons, right?
Yeah,
But
you're not making no money. Okay.
right. And then like standard doesn't really fire anymore. There's no incentive to play standard.
Yeah.
Right? There's no real incentive. Like they have like modern tournaments sometimes, but like it's kind of seasonal, weird. They don't give the stores like good promos or paymats like they used to.
Yeah.
For like I don't think you were playing it this time, but they used to have store championships called Game Day. Every set that you got a playmat that said champion on it.
Oh, that's
Right?
lit.
And it
Yeah.
was like a special playmat. There was one per local game store. And like that back when I played standard, right? I mean, between me, my brother, and my dad, we played so many of these, and we got so many of these playmats.
Yeah.
Right.
And they let you know you're the champion.
Yeah,
Just
and
go,
then I'd go to Friday Night Magic like somewhere else, and I'd just roll that thing out, and they were like, "Who you up against?"
Yeah, I like that.
I was
Yeah,
like
you know.
14, just like
Yeah,
Get
that's what I do.
some.
Yeah, 100, man. Yeah, I love that. So, man, I'm gonna ask a couple fun questions, man. If you could design your own card, what kind of design would you have?
So I would definitely do a commander at this point, personally. But it's goofy. Okay? I'm embarrassed as to how much I've already thought about this.
It's all good.
I don't know what his name is, but it's some kind of fun crab name, King of the Crab Brave. And it is a teamer, blue, green, red, and generic for 1/5.
Okay.
He says, tap. Add a red, a green, or a blue. Tap an untapped crab you control. Untap the dude.
Oh, yeah. You
I
could
just
keep
want to
doing
make a teamer crabs deck.
it. Yeah.
And I just want to tap crabs to make him untap and tap him for mana and make a crab rate.
And
I just want to, maybe like put something that makes him deal damage on him or something stupid or whatever.
Yeah, tap. Okay,
And I just want to like twiddle crabs back and forth and like it's a little goofy, right? Like
Yeah.
that's just how I am though.
Like,
Like
your
I just,
personal preference, man.
yeah,
I like that.
right.
I like that.
I want to make a goofy crab deck.
Most definitely, man. I like that. So, if you had to teach someone Magic in 60 seconds, how would you explain the gameplay and how would you play? Maybe 60 seconds is
60
enough.
seconds is not enough time. But the one piece of advice that I think if I had 60 seconds to explain something would be the game. You play the game by the rules until a card tells you to break the rules.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
At the beginning of every turn, draw one card, unless the game told you to draw 2 or draw 0. Right?
yeah.
You can play 1 land a turn unless a card says you can play more.
Pretty much. Because
Okay?
it gives you the
You can tap and
rules
play
of the
creatures and
card.
they can't attack unless the card says it can.
Okay.
So there's the basic rules, and on top of that is the way that the cards break the rules.
Yeah.
And this is how you learn how to play the game, is you have to keep in mind what the rules are so that you know how the cards break them.
Yeah, because the cards are meant to break the rules.
Exactly.
Okay, most definitely. And I'm gonna close up with this one, man. I appreciate the interview. I appreciate all the knowledge that you gave me.
Absolutely.
So, what is one piece of advice you would give someone who is thinking about picking up Magic?
I would say learn how to play the game with the rules rules on Magic Arena because it's free and you can just like make an account. You don't have to spend any money. You can kind of learn the rules on how the game works on Arena. Play some, mess around with it. Don't spend any money. Like I said, you don't have to. Like there's a couple of formats on there that you can kind of try and learn 1v1 Magic. There's draft. There's all kinds of things you can do on Arena to learn the rules first. Then come to your local game store and play draft.
Yeah, so you can hit a couple cards and stuff like that and go cheap.
Because that teaches you the 1v1 format with a very limited number of cards. So you learn how to play the game and how to play draft on Arena. Then you can do it in person. Then
all right, cool, man. So I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the time, man. And thank you for giving us the information, man. And hopefully see you again. Appreciate it, y'all.
Take care.
Y'all take it easy. That was actually very great, brother.